So why you I'm taking them so all these I get some material.
Two Ks coming right up. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by my partners, Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. Here in Philadelphia, it's another home game for the 76ers. And going against Chicago, their first meeting of the season. Well, you look at last year, they just could not find their footing, guys, against this team. They dropped all 3 games during the season.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Two conference foes, guys, looking to take game 1 tonight. Very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. Rose is the 1 with Butler is the 2. Mirotic out there with Dunleavy. And it's Gasol at the pivot spot manning the middle. The 76ers shooting their first free throws of the game.
Shooting for Philadelphia.
No good on the free throw. And for Carl Landry, he powered his way through the league a few years back, but somewhere along the line, Clark, his game kind of topped out.
His best season, Kevin, he averaged 18 and 7. I think injuries have been a factor, but last year was down to 7 and 4 his game averages, so he's starting to slide.
Now here's Rose. The shot by Butler, nobody around. Off target from outside. Here we go, one-on-one. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That'll be his second foul of the game.
He's picked up a couple of quick fouls here. I think he's pressing. He's got to settle down a bit.
Aaron Brooks has checked in for Rose. Bulls on D. Roden kicks to Okafor. Tries from 10. And it's Gasol with the rebound. On defense, Philadelphia. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Brett Brown. I asked him what he'd most like to see from his team today, and he told me we'd really like to keep Pau Gasol under wraps in this one. He went on to explain that Gasol can take over games with his efficiency on the offensive end, and the key to their win will be getting a hand in his face every time. Guys?
Thanks again, Doris.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's Gasol, and the shot is good. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Roden kicks to Okafor. No good off the back of the rim.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
Brooks outside. Shot left block. And again, it's Pau Gasol. Gasol's got his second basket of the night. For Philadelphia, they've gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Landry with the screen. The 10-footer, and it's blocked by Mirotic. For 3, Covington, and it's Gasol with the rebound.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
And it's Butler missing.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark. And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Yeah, he's played tight. I mean, you can see it. No flow at all to his game right now.
The drive by Brooks. Gasol wide open. He fires. It's Chicago with another bucket.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Bulls always seem to be tough on the road, and last season no different. They would end with 23 road wins on the year.
And that number was good enough for the second most in the East. Unlike shooting, it's very hard for defenses to go cold, and that's why the Bulls have been so good on the road.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. To the paint, Gasol with the steal. Butler kicks to Dunleavy. Brooks with no one around. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Brooks has got himself on the board with 3 there.
And guys, touching back on the Bulls on the road, to illustrate how good they are on the road, last season marked the 5th straight year of a road record above 500. Incredible consistency as a franchise.
And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose, the D hasn't been able to keep up.
Now, here is Landry. Okafor with no one around. Releases from the wing and drills it.
Yeah, you know, here's another stat for the Bulls on the road. Since 2010, when Tom Thibodeau took over, the Bulls have won almost 60% of their road games. That's impressive.
Mirotic against Landry. Mirotic dishes to Butler. Offline from the top of the key.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Here's Roten. No good. Some solid defense from Butler.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Now here's Brooks. He's got 5. Left side Gasol. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's on Carl Landry. It's incredible to think that Pau Gasol last year set a career high in points in a game for as long, Clark, as he's played. He had that 46-point game in January.
Yeah, that's 46 points for Pau to go with 18 rebounds. I mean,
right.
You rarely see a player of his age putting up a career high like that.
And with Pau, that 46-point game, he became the oldest player to get 45 points and 15 rebounds.
Here's Chicago. They're on a 13-3 run. Pass to Butler. It's up top. Lots of room. Connects. The jumper drops.
And a final point, guys, with Pau's career game. It's crazy to think that he did it while not being the first offensive option. I mean, he had been the go-to guy with his time in Memphis for so long. Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
Now here's Brooks outside Gasol. Brooks setting the pick for Gasol. Gasol a screen. Butler attacking. The shot by Brooks. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 7 points for Brooks.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Here's Okafor. Landry with a screen for Thompson. The dish to Roten. Launches it. Offensive rebound.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Nerlens Noel checks in for Landry. J.K. Sampson comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Cannon in for Thompson. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
Here's Cannon. He kicks it to Okafor. There's a screen by Noel. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and, Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
The 76ers shooting their 5th free throw of the game here.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
And it's something they know that if they improve, can really have a big impact on their success.
And Gasol gets it to go.
And the defense looks soft early on. They've got to sum it up a little more sense of urgency.
Yeah, they've got to do a little more to disrupt their offensive rhythm, too. He's giving them little to nothing at the offensive end. I can't put it any other way.
And so it looks like the Bulls will retain possession here. Some changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid comes in for Okafor, and Kendall Marshall subbed in for Roten. Chicago also making some changes. Noah comes in for Pau Gasol, and Tony Snell subbed in for Mirotic. Butler from outside. Up and in, it's good. First basket of the game for him, 1 for 4 shooting.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Here's Cannon. He feeds it to Embiid. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Chicago with the ball. They lead by 11. Three-pointer, Butler. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Those types of opportunities presented against your defense.
No good. Great D that time from Gibson. Butler goes in.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
So he gets them both.
Yeah, drawing fouls and making them pay at the line.
Boy, I love that attack mentality. Get in there and force the official to make a call.
There's a screen by Noel. Cannon, the pass to Noel. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. And Jimmy Butler had the career highs across the board last season. Won the Most Improved Player of the Year award. Really picking up his production in his 4th season.
You know, we had seen the flashes of potential in Butler before. Last season, he sustained great play and really took everything to the next level. And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Now here's Gibson. And it's Noel with the rebound.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
There's a screen by Noel. Cannon kicks to Noel. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Noel's got his 2nd basket of the night. Last game for the Bulls, it was a loss to Minnesota. And Moore kicks to Gibson. Pass to Butler. Feeds it to Moore. Takes the 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Marshall dishes to Embiid. Embiid with the screen on Gibson. Cannon kicks to Noel. 76ers moving the ball around. 5 on the clock. Embiid with it. Noah picks him up. Free throw line jump shot. Breaks a big height bounce and goes in. Now just a 5-point Bulls lead.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah, and Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago was Nerlens Noel, who sat out the season with a knee injury. Last year was Dario Saric, who played overseas, and now Embiid.
And for most of his career, Taj Gibson has been a tremendous role player up front. He's been extremely steady over 6 full seasons.
And Kevin, he gives you a lot of energy and athleticism when he enters the game. He's got the great length with that 7'4" wingspan. But to me, it's not just about having it. It's about the fact that he utilizes it. And it really allows him to get in there and attack the backboard and contest shots.
Here's Noel. The Bulls getting the bucket. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the way up. Noel's got 6.
Boy, I tell you what, nice little run here they're going on.
And getting to the 10 has been the key. They're getting point-blank looks time and time again.
Now here's Moore. Looking for his first basket still in this one. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Yeah, you know, talking about Gibson, he started 70 games his first year and made the all-rookie team. But thereafter, had been mostly a 6-man off the bench through last season. It happens, but it's still somewhat unusual for a guy to go backwards like that.
And talking about Gibson, if he ever wants to be seen as a high-level starter, he needs to work on a few things. More bankable moves in the post, a more fluid post game, if you will, and really increased strength and consistency. I think those things will carry him to that starting 5.
So it's Philadelphia now. After the miss from Doug McDermott, Embiid the screen. Marshall passes to Embiid, kicks it to Cannon. High arcing shot. Embiid dishes to Noel. The shot misses. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Clock management. This is where they can get a 2 for 1.
And Kevin, every opportunity counts.
And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Noel.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Here's Snell. Down low and stolen by Noel. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Cannon. To the middle. Here's Embiid. Got a piece of it. They recover it.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
The 76ers shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. He misses the free throw.
And here in the early going, missed free throws starting to become the storyline.
Yeah, and as a coaching staff, you feel helpless here. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it. You just hope they snap out of the rut.
And he's good on the second. Here's Moore. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Gibson the screen. Here's McDermott. Off target with his 3. And that does it for the first quarter. Bulls lead by 6. And we'll be back right after this. And before the game, Star Center Joakim Noah talked about the intensity.
I feel like we're the hungriest team.
You know, I think Joakim One can certainly make a case, Clark, for Chicago being that famished five, especially with Rose back on the court.
There's no doubting that, Kevin. I mean, even the addition of Gasol with his 2 rings, the way he left things in L.A., that left him with an appetite that has him still hustling.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side outs for them, the way they've swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball.
Like or handball.
Yeah, either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
They've got Carl Landry, Tony Wroten out there with Thompson. Then it's Robert Covington, and it's Okafor in at the 5. Down low. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter. Now here's Wroten. Tries from 10. Thompson for 3. Now Chicago takes it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. The 76ers have shot 4 of 7 as a team from the line tonight. Several misses early.
Well, guys, once again, the 76ers finished second to last in the East. Amazingly managed to win fewer games against the East than they did the year before, which was 14 wins in 2014.
One thing, Greg, about Philadelphia, you talked about this. Only 12 wins for them last year against the East.
And Kevin, how about not getting a win against their own conference until December? I mean, as bad as the Sixers were last year, though, they weren't the worst. So sometimes, even for me, I still can't fathom that's the case. Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Rose kicks to Mirotic. At the top of the key, Brooks. Clock at 6. Dunleavy for 3. Landry grabs the miss.
Boy, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Wroten kicks to Thompson. Dishes it to Covington. Back to Thompson from downtown. There's the bucket. Good. And it's now only a 1-point Bulls lead.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
Rose kicks to Gasol. He dishes it to Dunleavy. Gasol a screen. Brooks the pass to Gasol. And again, Chicago, no good. And Thompson kicks to Okafor. Here's Landry, off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividends.
And with as many points as they've gotten in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
And here's Rose. Mirotic the screen. Dunleavy dishes to Mirotic. Brooks the pass to Gasol. They need this one. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
Gasol doing all sorts of things. 8 rebounds and a steal. It's been a really complete performance for him today.
And Clark, he's made a huge impact at both ends of the floor.
Jimmy Butler, he's checked in for the Bulls.
Well, clearly the 76ers were the youngest team in the league last season, and with all the draft picks they've stockpiled, they'll be the youngest team for a while, it seems. But if the youth can grow and develop, they could also be a force in a few years, too.
Here's Rose, and he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for him.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
Covington's shot is off. To give you an idea of how young this 76er team is, at one point last season, Greg, Tim Duncan had more seasons played in the NBA than the entire active roster of the 76ers.
That's hard to fathom. I mean, we all know there's this youth movement going on in Philadelphia, but they still need some veterans in that locker room. Very hard for the young players to lead.
Outside Rose. Now the feed to Butler. Gasol up top. And they double up Gasol. And stolen by Roten. And here we go with Thompson running it up the court. It's in. That's his third field goal of the game. He's 3 for 5.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Outside Butler. Good looking screen by Gasol. Butler attacking and stolen by Roten. The pass to Landry. Picked by Okafor. Fade away. The rebound by Gasol. Gasol's got 9 rebounds now tonight.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting. That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And here's Covington from the arc. Happy to see that one drop, shooting a paltry 2 for 9.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Pass to Butler. Banked in off the glass. Butler's got 9 points.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Roten kicks to Thompson. Here's Okafor. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Okafor's got it all tied up now for the 76ers.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I guarantee you this talk centers around cutting down on all of those points coming in the paint. They've got to show more resistance there.
Noel's checked in for Philadelphia. Here's Rose. The rebound by Roten.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Covington in the corner. And he misses the go-ahead basket. For Chicago, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Back to Rose from downtown, but they recover it. Mirotic passes to Gasol. Bulls have made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
You know, success at the line just became contagious for him. A few guys got on a roll, and it carried over to the rest of the team.
Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Okafor. J.K. Sampson comes in for Robert Covington. Kendall Marshall's checked in for Hollis Thompson. And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Tony Roten. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Noel. No luck. Now Chicago takes it the other way. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Well, with Nerlens Noel coming out, we knew he'd be a plus shot blocker. He set the Kentucky single game record with 12 in a game shot blocks. He also knew he had the chance to be a great rebounder, but we definitely knew he needed help with his shot, and that will continue on into next year.
Yeah, you know, he spent the year rehabbing that knee, but also spent that year correcting his shooting form. And we're not talking about just a tweak when it comes to shooting the basketball.
Chicago leading. Gibson setting a pick for Rose. Moore left side. And again, no good by Chicago.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Cannon kicks to Noel. Inside. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Cannon's got his first bucket in this one.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Gibson the screen. Here's Moore. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Moore's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. The 76ers trail by 3. Pass to Sampson. And Noel kicks to Marshall. To the paint. Here's Embiid. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
What a pass by Marshall. That's outstanding teamwork.
Looking at Philadelphia, they took the win in their last game against the Magic. Now Butler. 9 points in the game so far. Moore outside. Out to the right wing. And here's Rose outside. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
He presents a defender with a serious challenge. Always.
There's a screen by Noel. They set the screen. There's a screen by Noel. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
And really just a lack of awareness on his part. Just no idea he was right near the line.
Joakim Noah's checked in for Chicago. Tony Snell comes in for Derrick Rose. Moore dishes to Gibson. Back to Moore. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. Noah, the pass to Moore. To the middle. Here's Butler. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
Timeout called the 76ers. Bulls made the postseason for the 10th time in their last 11 seasons. Last year, they have become a fixture, Greg, in the playoffs in the East.
And how about last season, Kevin, had that interdivision matchup in their first round against the up-and-coming Bucks. Some hiccups for them in that series, but they were able to prevail. Yeah, how about that one? Able to maintain control and finish the play.
Yeah, we call that playing through the whistle. You know, he didn't give up on it when he heard the whistle. He kept his focus, his concentration, and he found a way to get the shot up and down.
Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Butler's got 13 points.
Boy, in that playoff series against the Bucks, the Bulls looked like they were primed for an upset as they started slowly, eventually pulled it together, and came in as the underdogs against the Cavs.
Cannon kicks to Embiid, and he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. Bulls making a switch here. Brooks checked in.
And the Cavs knocked out the Bulls in 6 games. Bulls went up 2-1 in the series, but didn't have an answer for LeBron. Strong effort from the Bulls, though, but they just couldn't match the firepower of the Cavs.
Cannon dishes to Marshall. Sampson, the pass to Noel. 11 feet away. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Gibson. Chicago leading by 6. Brooks outside. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. There's 45 seconds left here in the second. And Cannon gets it to go.
You know, he didn't need to make the layup complicated. I mean, it's not a trick shot contest, but he decided to go for a little extra flavor on that one.
Gibson setting the pick for Brooks. Over to the left wing. And Gibson kicks to Moore. Back to Gibson. 6 on the shot clock. In the corner, Snell with it. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Noel's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Cannon dishes to Marshall. Embiid the screen. Sampson the pass to Noel. And again it's Philadelphia. Brooks. No good. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. In Chicago, they lead by 2. And now...
Hi, Kevin. I'm here with Derek.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hope you've been enjoying the excitement so far. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Pau Gasol has been getting it done. He had 16 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 steal. His opening period tonight, right on par with his performance. All right, that is going to wrap up our halftime report as it...
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. And what about Pau Gasol? I mean, he's been sensational.
How about a double-double already? I mean, this is the sort of energy performance that just energizes your entire team.
Really going to be hard to slow him down now. I tell you what, this has been fun to watch.
Tipping off the second half, here's Fred Hoiberg's 5. Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter. Mirotic is out there with Pau Gasol. And it's Rose in at the point. Here's Roten. There's the dish to Covington. He kicks to Okafor. Gasol with the steal. And here we go. The Bulls fast break.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
And the highlight reel replay brought to you by Kia. Good stuff on that Kia Slam Cam. And that one's good. Roten's got 5 now. The Bulls leading by 4. Here's Rose. 7 points in the game. Mirotic the screen. The tray. Shot is no good. For Philadelphia, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Just a little over 90 seconds gone in the third quarter. Stolen by Rose. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Offensive rebound. The second chance effort. And another shot. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
You know, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And really, the Bulls weathered a lot of injuries last season and still had a good showing in the East. Came away with the 3 seed when many thought they would sink down after missing so many games from key players.
Here's Roten, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. They get Pau Gasol. Oh, guys, what a nice surprise Tony Roten was last season, especially effective taking over at the point, Clark, with Michael Carter-Williams gone.
Yeah, Roten put up a career-high 5 assists per game and really worked hard at the defensive end as well. He's one of the few talents on the Sixers roster that hadn't been traded away.
Butler kicks to Gasol. The fader. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Gasol's got 18 points. The 76ers trail by 5.
And for Roten last season, he even took on more of a scorer's mentality. Went up in points, went down in field goal percentage. But like a boxer, he gets a little extra credit for pushing the action.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half.
And, you know, talking about Roten, I think the next step in his development is to produce at the same level but with greater efficiency. Too often his highlight reel passes led to turnovers. He would gamble defensively, too. That's, to me, just a young player growing up on the job.
Thompson with it. Butler covering. Okafor with a screen on Mirotic. Covington dishes to Okafor. Rebound by the Bulls. Mirotic has got 3 rebounds now in this one. And Rose wide open. He shoots. Rose can't get that one to fall. Thompson passes to Roten. It's all in by the Bulls. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Here's the screen. And here's Rose outside. No good. And it's Philadelphia the other way.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys. But as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
You know what? His finishing ability, not really at the level that you would expect from a pro, but he's going to have to start playing with more force.
Butler against Thompson. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Butler. And it comes off the front of the rim. The 76ers trail by 3. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Rejected by Gasol. Stolen by Thompson. Stolen by Rose. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Covington, defended by Butler. Roten kicks to Landry, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Outside Butler. Back to Rose. 4 on the clock. Gasol attacking. And that one's good. Gasol's got 20 points.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Roten with it. 6 points for him. No good. Gasol with the defensive effort. Rose against Thompson. 3-pointer. Butler. Yes. And it's Rose with the assist that time. And now an 8-point Bulls lead.
A good look there. And he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Feeds it to Covington. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. Noel's checked in for Carl Landry. And a change for the Bulls. McDermott's checked in for Dunleavy. The Bulls leading by 8. Now here's Rose. He's got 7. Mirotic dishes to Rose. The Bulls keep it alive. McDermott, no one around him. And again, Chicago, no good. The 76ers shooting around 40% from the floor here. McDermott with a steal. And here's Rose. Looking to end his cold spell. And it's good on the way in. Rose has got 9. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Chicago?
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Philadelphia. Isaiah Cannon comes in for Tony Roten. And the Bulls making a change also. Noah's checked in. Here's Noel. Up and in on the layup. 11 points in the game.
The defender a little hesitant to offer resistance as he bursts to the hoop.
Chicago leading by 8.
I tell you what, he has quite the act to follow, but Fred Hoiberg was a quick choice for the brass in Chicago. Signed that 5-year deal over the summer, was easily one of the most in-demand coaches available.
Kicks to Covington for the 3. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
A little bit of a defensive breakdown there. He's not the guy you want to leave open on the perimeter. You've got to stay attached to him.
The Bulls shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Well, Greg, for Hoiberg, it's his first job as an NBA head coach. Now, we know he played. He's been a part of an NBA front office. Clark, he came from Iowa State, where he honed his coaching skills and was highly respected.
Yeah, very much respected, particularly as an offensive coach. And we know the Bulls are pretty solid defensively, and he'll be looking to ramp up that offensive approach for that team, and I think he will.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, good call there. I mean, feet clearly moving when he set the screen.
And he lowered the shoulder, too. I mean, they were going to get him there one way or the other. I mean, that was an easy call.
And the 76ers with some changes. Jakar Sampson's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Marshall in for Thompson. Chicago also making some changes. Taj Gibson's checked in for Mirotic. Etuan Moore comes in for McDermott. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. And there's the foul. It goes on Taj Gibson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. The 76ers trail by 7. Here's Cannon. He feeds it to Marshall. Down low, Gibson with the steal.
The Achilles heel of this team right now, turnovers.
6 points given away on miscues. They can't afford many more if they're going to cut into this lead.
Marshall gets the bucket. The Bulls leading by 5. Gibson the screen. On the wing, Brooks. He's got 7. Moore outside. It's tipped. Embiid with the steal. Marshall gets the bucket. Now it's just a 3-point Chicago lead.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it look fun and easy.
Noah the screen. Shot clock at 6. The drive by Brooks. Here's Moore. And again, Chicago. No good. The 76ers have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. Sampson kicks to Marshall. Gibson with the steal. Now here's Butler. He's covered closely. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
I like the way he's not forcing anything, taking advantage of what the defense has given him. He's been a key contributor for them in this quarter.
Robert Covington's checked in for Philadelphia. Philadelphia started to create a little bit of an identity last season after all their transactions, Clark, and shifting around. They settled down and came together.
Yeah, and I tell you, it looks like the identity will be the Sixers being a defensive team going forward. Offense has its fits and starts, but defensively they found some traction.
Marshall can't hit. Chicago leading by 6. Inside, Moore. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. Butler's got 3 assists in the game.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup. As you said, the 76ers will be a team built on defense going forward. At least that's what it seems like to me. They have very active hands and can bother a lot of shots. They also force a ton of turnovers as well.
There's a screen by Noel. To the middle. Here's Embiid. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys. So that's a free basket right there.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Tony Snell's checked in for Butler. 1:27 left here in the third quarter. Moore outside. Noah the screen. Moore passes to Brooks. 6 to shoot. And Moore kicks to Snell. His 3-pointer's off the mark.
And You know, guys, the Sixers did force a lot of turnovers, but they also gave the ball away the most in the NBA, so kind of negated the turnovers they forced. They can be as defensive as they want, but they've got to get better at taking care of the ball if they're going to improve.
That's good.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Embiid the screen. Passes it to Noel. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. Last season, the first season of action for Nerlens Noel, officially a rookie after sitting out the 2014 season. He looked good, and he got better as the season was going on.
A great point. I think that year off really helped him grow as a player. Coming into the draft when he came out, he was a guy who I thought had one of the most unbelievable motors I had ever seen. And you know what? Everything he was hyped up to be, he lived up to on the defensive end.
I like the offensive awareness to exploit that lack of coverage on that play.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Cannon. To the inside. Count that one. The Bulls' lead has been cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Embiid.
Well, they certainly didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
Yeah, and that's important because this game may ultimately come down to which team controls the paint in crunch time.
And we've reached the end of the third. Bulls lead by 6. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first three, we should be in for a treat. Chicago leading by 6. Robert Covington out there with Carl Landry. Then it's Tony Wroten. Then there's Okafor. And it's Thompson in at shooting guard. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Here's Gasol. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. So many people overlooked Pau Gasol prior to last season. Seemed to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after him. We're seeing today what makes him one of the best free throw shooters among the league's big men. Beautiful stroke.
Now here's Wroten. He's covered by Rose. 6 to shoot. And then Okafor slams it in.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Rose goes in. Fails to score here. He has made 5 of 12 to this point. The 76ers trail by 6. Over to the wing. Landry with the screen. Here's Covington. Landry inside. He's up against Gasol. Now here's Wroten. He's covered by Rose. Wroten kicks to Landry. Thompson dishes to Covington. Picked by Okafor. Goes back up. Covington's shot is off. Chicago leading by 6. Snell kicks to Rose. Gasol setting the pick for Rose. To the wing on the left. Here's Dunleavy. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And Thompson kicks to Wroten. Landry, a screen on Rose. Dishes to Okafor. Wide open. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. And Chicago shooting at 48% from the floor. Looking good. We're in the fourth quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone. They set the screen. Layup off the pick. He lays it in. And now it's a 10-point Bulls lead. The 76ers shooting from the field, 44%, not bad. Roden kicks to Okafor. Landry with a screen for Okafor. Down low. Landry gets the bucket.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Chicago calls timeout.
And no doubt last season the Bulls were clearly preparing for the playoffs. They played their rookies but added a lot of playoff seasoned veterans to that roster.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I was able to listen in on what Chicago's coach was going over with his team. He was propping his guys up for their defensive pressure, saying, listen, the pressure you've put on them has been fantastic. Keep pestering them, keep forcing turnovers, and we'll be in a great position to win this thing.
The 76ers trail by 10. As you mentioned, the Bulls added veteran leaders last season. Pau Gasol was the notable one. 11 Bulls. Clark had playoff experience prior to their postseason run the season ago.
And that's invaluable, Kevin, to have that kind of experience. I mean, having Gasol, two-time champion in the locker room, big, as is having almost a dozen guys who understand the intensity and the details that playoff basketball requires.
And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Now Okafor. Landry kicks to Covington. Looking to get back on track here. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. Butler's got his 3rd rebound tonight. For 3. Here's Gasol. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Gasol's got 6 points in the quarter.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Here's Okafor. Chicago grabs the miss. Mirotic has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. A steal, and they're moving it up. Covington passes to Roten, and out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
The Bulls leading by 14. Outside Rose. Gasol a screen. There's the feed to Butler. Butler can't get that one to fall. For Philadelphia, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the 4th quarter for them.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Outside Rose. He dishes it to Mirotic. And again, no good by Chicago.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
That's his first personal foul.
The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the 3rd straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was, could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games.
Outside Rose. The pass to Gasol. And Okafor with the block. Fast break, Philadelphia. Here's Covington, and the foul on Derrick Rose. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
Yeah, but he was late to get there, Greg, so the referee couldn't give him a free pass on that one.
Thompson dishes to Landry. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Rose with the ball. Outside Gasol. Back to Rose. 6 on the shot clock. Butler kicks to Mirotic. Good on the baseline, Jay. Mirotic has got 4 this quarter.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Pass to Okafor. The dish to Covington. Okafor kicks to Roten. The three-pointer off the mark.
Talk about hurting your team. I mean, he just can't get anything to go out there.
Butler on the wing. Pass to Gasol. Back to Butler. Shot clock at 5. And finished off by Gasol.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard, Clark. Bring it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Yes,
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Pick by Okafor. Using his post move to get the 2 points.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Butler passes to Mirotic. Thompson against Butler. And Thompson sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession.
Bulls ball.
And the 76ers making a change here. Noel's checked in. And a change for the Bulls. Gibson's checked in. Clock at 4. Rose dishes to Gasol. And that one's good. Gasol's got 14 points now in the second half.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
And that one's good. Noel.
Nice job creating for the easy deuce.
The Bulls leading by 13. Now here's Rose. Gibson the screen. Outside Butler. He kicks to Gibson. Feeds to Dunleavy. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The three-pointer no good. 76ers have gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Covington with the bucket.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Chicago's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. There's the pick. Gasol kicks to Rose. And he gets it to go. And the Bulls lead by 13.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And stolen by Roten. And here we go, Roten heading to the hoop. Lays it in off the breakaway. The Bulls leading by 11. Right side, Butler. To the inside, Gasol. And there's the whistle, fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. It's on Carl Landry. And the first one at the line is good.
Al Gasol taking 2 shots.
He's perfect from the line this time.
Timeout called for Philadelphia.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because it looks like they need a minute to talk things through here.
Roten, the pass to Noel. That counts. He's put up 13 shots, and he's had 8 of those go in.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
Well, the Bulls shooting in the fourth quarter has been efficient at 56%. And the dunk by Rose.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
Enjoy seeing that kind of bounce out of that spot on the floor.
The drive by Thompson.
Chicago Bulls. That's his fourth personal foul. At the line for your 76ers, Hollis Thompson. Taking 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. Good on the second. Free throw.
You look at the game so far for Thompson. He has 8 points, and he's played the role of the pest today, too. I mean, he's caused a bunch of turnovers.
And it also tells you just how high his basketball IQ is. I mean, seeing plays develop before anyone else does on the court.
Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Chicago leading by 13. Out of bounds, Bulls ball as Chicago keeps possession.
Bulls ball.
.132 left in the game. Gibson dishes to Rose. Back to Gibson. Gasol setting the pick for Gibson. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Just 4 to shoot. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
Boy, did he go hard to the boards, but clearly went over the back in doing it.
Yeah, kudos for the effort. I always love that kind of effort, but he was just a little overzealous.
Both free throws good from Noel. Bulls shooting at 51%. Really solid. Roden kicks to Thompson. He feeds it to Noel. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Noel's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the 76ers. The Bulls shooting and hitting almost everything here in the fourth, up around 58% from the field. Now here's Rose. He's guarded closely. At the elbow, it's Gasol. No good with the elbow jumper.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Roten, the pass to Noel. Again, Philadelphia.
This is what happens when he gets on a roll. I mean, you're not going to see a better rhythm shooter than this guy.
Rose attacking. There's the bucket. Good. And the Bulls lead by 9.
Timeout for the 76ers.
Timeout called the 76ers. They're down by 9. 34 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Guys, what do you think?
And you know what? They're not ready to give up yet. They'll try to intentionally foul if they can get a quick hoop.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's what they're talking about, Greg. I mean, it's their only chance. And even if it's a long shot, it is a chance.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Embiid, he's checked in for Landry. J.K. Sampson comes in for Robert Covington. Kendall Marshall's checked in for Thompson. And it's Cannon in for... Tony wrote.
The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish. Terrific run to seal the deal.
Yeah, and now let's just keep an eye on how much longer they keep the foot on the accelerator.
And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 9. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think, guys?
You know what? You can talk all you want, but I just don't see a scenario that's going to get them back in it.
Yeah, who knows what he's drawing up in there, maybe working on a play for down the road in another game, but whatever it is, it's too late for this one.
And here's Marshall from the arc. Chicago grabs the miss, and the call will be against Joakim Noah. That's his third foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. First free throw is good, and that brings them within 8. And Embiid drops them both. Embiid with the steal. Marshall says, and he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. The drive by Brooks. Out left to the wing. McDermott, the open look. And so it's Chicago winning this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Gentlemen, I'm here with Pau Gasol. And Pau, what's the mentality that you bring into a game to allow you to be at your most effective rhythm?
Oh, I just got to come out really aggressive, just trying to find the boards, just forget about the shots that I can miss, or if I don't get a certain amount of touches, I just got to be aggressive and I got to get in the paint. So that's how I'm most effective, and that's what gets me going too.
Well, you certainly got into a great rhythm, Pau. Thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Pau Gasol. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
His play tonight, Ernie, was finally a bright spot for them because, they had a very rough stretch of games. It's been a while since their last win, and he was not content on playing a supporting role and letting them lose another one. He came on strong, took over, and put an end to the losing streak.
Just an unreal performance for him in so many ways. That was a player at the absolute top of his game. It's hard to imagine someone being any more dominant than he was tonight.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.